go.
They say you're the one who closed the Daedric portal at Moonhain. I don't mean to alarm you, but Prince Naaman is back. He has the Staff of Magnus, and he's working with the Worm Cult. I can't take him on alone, not with this injury. You were a friend to the Eyes in the past. Will you help once again? I don't know what the Worm Cult wants with the Staff of Magnus, or Prince Naaman, but it sounds disastrous. Queen Iran, the Dominion, everything is in jeopardy. I have the beginnings of a plan, but I can't move fast enough with this injury. I need you to be my eyes and ears in the Worm Cult nest. We have to find some way to take the staff back and tear the alliance between the Prince and the cult apart without being found out. Think you can do that? I need to know you can get around unnoticed. Take these stones. Practice tossing them at barrels near that watchdog. Prince Naaman nearly destroyed the Valenwood with the Staff of Magnus. Now that he's with the Worm Cult, I want to be cautious.
May I serve you, Bone Lord?
Why do we have all these extra uniforms?
You must be the new Bone Lord. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. Our plans are progressing well, but we need all the help we can get to see the work here through to completion. Is there something I can do for you, Your Eminence? Everyone needs to talk to her. Dark Adept Varys' study is in the building on the left, but I doubt you'll be able to get inside to talk to her. You need a key. You've probably seen this with the leaders of other nests, but the Dark Adept is too important to let just anyone into her space. She only lets the people she... You really need to talk to her that badly? Well, if it's that urgent, I can loan you my key, but I just earned it.
Where are the inventory reports? Anyone? New Bone Lord. Forgive me for not welcoming you. Between preparations for our shackle and catering to Prince Naaman's every whim, I have little time for the usual pleasantries. Unfortunately, most of the Order is ignorant of all the work I oversee. Oh, you're one of those ambitious worms who can never crawl high enough through the ranks. What makes you think I would entrust any of my responsibilities to one such as you? That's surprisingly kind of you to say. If you really want to help me, take these vitrified soul crystals to the prison cell in the east. Kill the prisoners, fill the crystals, and bring them to me outside. And do be quick about it. Tell me, did you fill the vitrified soul crystals with life force from the prisoners? No? Then respectfully, why are you still bothering me? I have pressing matters.
I do love playing with them before But a Bone Lord? I assure you, the prisoners are almost ready for soul extraction. And no need to trouble yourself. Of course, Bone Lord. I know it's been taking longer than she wanted, but the sessions of pain and suffering have started to show measurable results in the output of soul energy. We just need a little more A theory we've been pursuing. The idea that inflicting a victim with an immense amount of pain and suffering prior to the extraction of their soul leads to a greater output of energy. But if I may ask, why did the Dark Adept send you down here?
They never even asked any questions. Another trick. I see through your deception. Maybe now you will ask questions, try to get Stoneness secrets out of me. Do your worst. I will not talk.
You traitor!
Still need to get out of here.
Stop shoring up the ruins until... Oh yes, you're the one I sent to the prisoners to fill vitrified soul crystals. Do you have what I need? Fast, reliable, and ambitious. Perhaps you are useful after all. We will demonstrate our progress at the amphitheater in the east soon. I want you to assist. You did not assemble the shackles, so your ignorance will be useful.
Oh good, you're done with Dark Adept Varese. Hope you're not surprised to see me. I was never good at sitting still and resting up. It took a few moments to get bored after I wrapped the last of my injuries, so I found my own way inside the Citadel. How'd it go with the Dark Adept? That's better than I hoped for. Knowing that Dark Adept Varese will at least remember you favorably gives us a lot of room to work with after the next part of the plan. You need to gain Prince Naaman's trust too. I would do it myself, but he knows me too well. His chambers are through the door to our left. Now that I'm in the Citadel, I can help with whatever task he gives you. So find me when you're done. It's not ideal, but he might not recognize you through your disguise. If he does, change the nature of the conversation. Instead of proving your trustworthiness, lean into your ruthlessness. Let him know he can use you.
Keep sweeping. There are centuries of grime in the grout. You! I thought of this moment often. I dreamed of tracking you down and silencing the pleas for mercy as they flowed from your throat. Yet, here you are, my sister's champion, wearing the colors of the Black... I said you were wearing their garb. I never said you were working with them. But even if you were, that would not be enough to save you from my ire. I will have my revenge. My greatest asset? You? My sister's faithful lackey? And yet you were surprisingly useful to my sister. Almost doggedly so. If your morals have crumbled to the point where you joined this sorry lot, you could be useful. I know a spy has infiltrated the fortress. I heard the alarms. Dark Adept Varese doesn't believe that a spy could get past her guards. We both know better. Bring me the spy and I will consider letting you live.
You're still alive. I wasn't sure how badly death would affect Prince Naaman's self-control. How did the meeting go? Did he give you a task to complete? It was only a matter of time before Prince Naaman caught on to us. The good thing is that he hasn't connected you to the spy. We could dress someone in my clothes and give them my amulet from Queen Irene. Pass them off as an eye of the Queen. That actually sounded charming. You've got promise, but your technique could use some work. We can practice later. For now, find someone about my size and lead them to me. You need to isolate them before you knock them out. I'll handle the rest.
I saw you talking to Prince Naaman a little while ago. Dark Adept Varese disapproves of that sort of thing. That's cryptic. You think that's a good enough reason for me to interrupt my work? No, I refuse. Find someone else.
Things were better in this camp before Prince Naaman's entourage arrived. They're just more mouths to feed. Just look at them! They've never known a day of work in their lives. And they still look down their noses at those of us who actually put in the effort to see success. If I had my say, I'd tell them all. Why? Do you have a plan to do something with the Loyalists? It's different when it's done by someone you respect. Prince Naaman's followers have done nothing to earn my loyalty. Show me what you want.
Marus?
Someone will pay!
Well, well. Let's take a look at who you picked. She looks to be about the right size and build. Maybe a touch taller than me, but my clothes should fit her well enough. In a moment, we'll have a convincing Eye of the Queen to parade before Prince Naaman. Unfortunately not, which is why I wrote a letter to Dark Adept Varese. We'll wrap the letter around my official Eye of the Queen amulet, and you can stash them in the cultist's clothes. The prince can't ignore 3 pieces of evidence to plant the seeds of suspicion. Prince Naaman was raised in a noble court. He believes everyone is out to betray him. It's his greatest fear. He won't question that Dark Adept Varese is working with the eyes of the Queen. We'll administer a potion that will impair her speech. Talk to her when she wakes up, and as soon as the potion starts working, take her to Prince Naaman. You'll bear the brunt of his questions, but she won't be able to disagree with you. This isn't the first time I've knocked an enemy out and given them a potion. It won't be the last. I've never had to request another amulet from Queen Ayrenn before, so that's new. Plant this with the letter while I prepare the potion. Who? The worm cultist? I had to do something to distract the cultist you chose. I'd say this was a fairly successful distraction. Don't lose sleep over his death. I made it as quick as I could.
What happened? Was it one of the Loyalists? There was a corpse, and my clothes. Whose clothes are these? I wasn't wearing this before. My voice... The princess... This better work.
I have been returned to the mortal plane for less than a fortnight, and already my sister sends her eyes to watch my every move. Can I go nowhere without meddling scrutiny? So, this is the spy. How did you manage it? I expected nothing less from you, but I expected more from her. If she is an Eye of the Queen, my darling sister would never tolerate such shoddy observation skills. I want to interrogate this supposed spy for myself. Kindly get out of my way and let me pry the... I am of the same royal line as your queen. Tell me your mission here. Nothing? Silence protects no one. Search her. Glean what you can from her pockets. What did you find? Bring those here. This is outrageous! I was born for power, trained to lead my people into another age of prosperity. Yet every time I move to do that, my sister finds a way to snatch my birthright from me. If Dark Adept Varese was part of this, it's not what I'm going to do, it's what you are going to do. Kill the Eye of the Queen. You had no qualms about ending me. Prove to me that you can be just as ruthless toward this spy as you were toward me. Take the Eye to the room upstairs. No need to make a mess.
my voice. You did this. Well, you made up your mind. Or do I have any say? You don't know anything about me. The worm cult was supposed to be different, but you're just like everyone else. Well, go on. Try it. But when I defeat you and sneak out of here, no one will ever catch me again. Really? You're just going to let me go? I misjudged you. Thank you.
Did you do as I asked, or should I prepare for yet another in a long line of disappointments? I see. Well, I suppose you can be useful to me after all. Leave me. I have much to consider. If Dark Adept Varys is involved in this plotting...
You still look alive. I'm beginning to think you have more luck than... How was your meeting with the ever-aloof prince? Did he believe our ruse? Don't worry. We'll break any remaining goodwill between the Dark Adept and the prince. I need you to steal something from the nearby loyalists. Something small but identifiable. Like a dagger. Not kill someone, no, but you're close. We'll use it to turn the Dark Adept against Naaman and his loyalists. Destroying the prince's trust will be a little harder. He's clever. He won't believe anything. I have an imprinting crystal that you could use to make a record of a short conversation. If the prince sees me, a known eye, talking to Varys, that may work. Once you have a dagger between the Dark Adept and the prince's need for control, I didn't expect this to go as well as it has. Get the dagger and record my interaction with Varys. We need that for this plan to come together. Dark Adept Varys?
What is it?
What will happen to Prince Naaman after the spell works?
Eventually, the same thing that happens to anyone who is no longer useful.
But what about your agreement?
The agreement is a convenience, nothing more.
I talked as long as I dared, but that was as far as I could take that conversation without it looking suspicious. Did you capture it on the crystal? Good. I didn't want to think of a way to have that conversation again. Now, we need to hurry. Throw the crystal somewhere the prince's loyalists will find it, and get to the shackle. You need to sabotage it before the demonstration. You don't need to do anything drastic. In fact, I prefer you keep this on the subtle side. Remove a few linchpins or disrupt the spells that make the plane melt possible. Just remember to plant the dagger you took from Naaman's loyalists. You don't need to search too hard to find the perfect spot to toss the imprinting crystal. Somewhere over there will do. Then you can get to the fun work. Not many can say they've sabotaged a worm culture.
Power, more magic, more souls!
No more delays. You there, start the demonstration. What just happened?
Dark Adept! I found a Loyalist dagger near the equipment!
What is the meaning of this? Your servants were ordered to stay far from our mechanisms.
You suspect my loyal subjects? They would never act without my orders.
So, you admit you were involved?
This is out of hand. Talk to me when you can be civil.
Gather in the northern cellar. Prince Naaman will pay.
We're close. Go to Prince Naaman. I'll keep an eye on the Dark Adept and meet you inside afterward.
Show me what it contains.
But what about your agreement?
The agreement is a convenience, nothing more.
Everywhere I go, there is always someone waiting to rip hope from my grasp. I thought Dark Adept Varys at least would hold to our agreement. But now I see such thinking was in error. Dig up those simpering worms and give them the death they so clearly long for. I'll start with the Dark Adept, but none of the black worms will be safe, not on this island. I have the power of the Staff of Magnus, and a second life's worth of rage. I know I can. If you decide to stand against me, I will not hesitate to unleash my carefully restrained fury on you as well. No one, not even the worm cult, gets to betray Prince Naaman and live. I will not spare her. She will know the helplessness I faced in Cold Harbor and suffer the consequences of her actions. You could help me. Fight by my side, and I...
Dark Adept Varys is preparing an attack against Naaman and his loyalists even as we speak. How about the prince? Did he find the imprinting crystal? Perfect. If we can take the staff and use it to petrify Prince Naaman, we rid Nirn of one of the most power-hungry egotists to ever walk. The Staff of Magnus will be secure, and the worm cult will be crippled. Good way to end him. The shackle is already out of commission. They're not going to be able to fix it for a long time. Wait. Don't tell me you feel bad for Prince Naaman. Even if he swayed you, this is your moment to choose. And you believe him. You should know better than anyone how dangerous Prince Naaman can be. You're the one who killed him, after all. Our realm is complicated enough without these cultists trying to destroy it every few seasons. I should have guessed they were the ones who stole the Staff of Magnus. At least getting it back from them is going to be fun. We don't need to fight all of them. Just the one standing between us and Prince Naaman. I hope the majority of his force is focused on Dark Adept Varese and her cultists. The Worm Cult? They still think we're on their side. Why would they attack us? By all means, stay alert, but I doubt the cult will be a threat for now.
No time to waste, let's go! We never should have brought you back!
No, you never should have betrayed me.
Attack him! Quickly! Now! Take the star!
Let's see Torpedo.
I don't need the staff to defeat you. No!
Use the staff on him! As I suspected, Prince Naaman and Death do not... What? Turning to extremely evil mages against each other? Destroying their attempt? After all we accomplished together, how could you not? Besides, after you found those letters from Prince Naaman and the Dark, we managed to turn two very powerful and very dedicated people against... There's still a lot to do on this island before things return.
Nothing like that freshly charged feeling.
If you don't get up, I'm taking your stuff. I'm not doing this without you. Get up!